and I can come and talk to you at Shahid Udham Singh Welfare Centre. We don't want to have another meeting. And he did come. He met me at Shahid Udham Singh Welfare Centre in the middle room, and he said, do we need to write something down? I said, no. My word is enough. If you give your word, that is enough for us. So that was agreed, and from then on, there was no disturbing or breaking up of our meeting. We were not breaking their meeting or Sangat. And from then on, it completely stopped. We had our meeting peacefully, and they did their work. And both sides, we explained to you, continue your work. We don't agree with the creation of Khalistan. We will continue our work through the papers or making statement, and they agreed to that. So that was the end, and since then there is no scuffle or no disturbance.
So they must have loved the fact that when I came to work in Birmingham in 1990, one of my main tasks...
I think you came in 89.
No, 1990 I came to Birmingham.
I see.
And one of my main tasks was to form the umbrella organisations.
Yeah.
And one of the umbrella organisations was the Sikh Council of Gurdwaras.
Yeah.
And I obviously had a lot to do with them in then helping them sort of set up the annual Vaisakhi festival. So what was the view of the sort of comrades? Why is your son helping these Gurdwara walas?
No, we took it because you are a local council official. You are doing your job as an officer of the council, and there was no problem. There was no problem. Yeah. And we also started working with the Gurdwara representative, particularly at the Vaisakhi festival, and distribute our leaflets, not inside the Mela, but on outside Thornhill Road or on Soho Road. They didn't object what we are saying, but we were not distributing anything offensive to them. And we were doing our IW work, they were doing their work, and to this day, peace treaty continue to work.
And what were the ramifications within families? Because this was a bit like what we have, the Brexit question, that families have different opinions as to what position should be taken.
I mentioned about journey.
Yeah.
In apna ghar ta luna and thade vi ghar lu dene.
Okay. So
that was Charney's position, but Pai, he stood with me. Yeah. Gashi died in 90, and after him he used to come to the meeting. Balraj Sabha, Mito, they completely departed from the Indian Work Association work. Gurmail, right from the beginning, he didn't took any participation. Also during the anti-racist campaigns, anti-immigration control campaigns, Charni, Jito, Mito, they didn't go to the demonstration, nor Balraj and Shrimpi. Gashi did go to the demonstrations, and before Saab's death, when Paul got injured, all four of us were on the demonstration. They continued their participation in the IW work. But after Saab left, then Gurmail was a child, and by the time he grown up to teenager, mm, over 18, he had his own interest, and he didn't take any part in the IW. And by his children, no part in the Indian Work Association. Gashi's children, they didn't take any part. Mito used to give contribution to Shahid Udham Singh Welfare Centre and membership money for herself, £2 every 2 years. And so that was the situation. From my in-law side, Papa, he supported IWA. But actively it was Papa. Gurdial used to come to the meetings. Occasionally went on the demonstrations, but Jeet didn't go anywhere. No Son My Sadhu or Bant My Sadhu, nothing.
And where would you say the whole issue of Khalistan is presently within communities? Because obviously when you go to Gurdwaras, there's particular Gurdwaras that are aligned with Bindrawala and the paraphernalia that goes with it.
In the 2020s, gradually, several Gurdwara committees control was taken over. Not all, but not the majority of Gurdwara committees' control has been taken over by the Khalistani movement personals, such as Sumad Gurdwara, not Baba Sangh Gurdwara, Tibidale Gurdwara, not that Gurdwara on High Street, West Bromwich. To some extent, Gurdwara on Edward Street, but not like as the Gurdwara on High Street, Samadhi. Singh Sabha Gurdwara, Somerset Road, sometime in their control, sometime it's not in their control. And there is no control on Baba Deep Singh Gurdwara by the Khalistani. And some other cities, there is their control in some Gurdwaras, but majority of the Gurdwaras, there are 325. Khalistani don't have the support, but they continue to propagate, take hundreds of people to the demonstration on the anniversary of attack on Harmandir Sahib on a Sunday near 3rd June. And this year they again went, but in small numbers, stood outside, and that is their annual event. And they continue with their work and won these barrister or solicitor over the last 2-3 years is organizing Punjab referendum 2020 and lot of publicity they generated, and but there is no impact in Punjab or over here in several Gurdwara, but they are doing not getting people to cast vote. They are getting it online, Jag. and that person in United States, mm, he is alleged by Indian intelligence services that he is ICI, which is the Pakistani mm, security services or intelligence service. He is their agent. So it is they alleging who's their agent, and they are alleging who's their agent. But its impact will not take place in Punjab or in the outside world.
So they'll basically just bubble along
Yeah,
on the sidelines.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, I want to say that when Satwant Singh and Kher Singh, they were sentenced to death. Beyant Singh, he was killed by security personnel on the spot, and lot of money was raised by Khalistani to assist their families. The evidence from Satwant Singh father, he visited England. He openly stated at the not only Smedhi Gurdwara and other Gurdwara stages that their family didn't receive a penny. So where that money has gone?